Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, your channel on YouTube for all things PSG in English. Please subscribe. Today, let's do something a little bit different. And I'm jumping ahead. Excellent. I want to do something with the comments because every day I read all of it. Every day there's like some really great stuff getting posted under my videos. A lot of good points being made. A lot of people who are really here every day as well. So kind of want to elevate and allow to take the conversation a bit further. So I thought we'd do a video of commenting the comments, new things that I'm trying out. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if it makes sense for you. But I think it could be pretty cool. And if you guys like it, I might make it a semi-regular format that I bring back, maybe once every couple of weeks. So there's enough things to talk about. Jumping straight in. First thing first, the big news this week was the Barcelona game, and so that's where I thought we could pick up a couple of comments after the Barcelona game, which stuck with me. First one from I can't read Shimar Mundi, something like this. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. I didn't take notes before. It's I think we also forget how young Pacho and Zabarni are, which I thought was a really good point because I didn't really touch on both of them in my debrief of the Barcelona game, but I thought both of them were super outstanding. Zabarni in particular. I think he started a bit slow, but the past few games he's been really ramping up, and he's really getting better and better. And we're kind of seeing why we bought him for so much money from Bournemouth. I think this game, not only both of them are super young, and they're I think Pacho is 23 and Zabarni 22 or something like this. But they had barely played together before that game, which I think is amazing. They had I think 15 minutes of play together before the Barcelona game. And just for a pair of central defender to be able to turn out a performance at that level without knowing each other, I thought was really, 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 really strong. And I think it bodes really well from for the next few games. And Marquinhos is injured for now. He's going to be back supposedly after the break. But I think in the long run, we're looking at Pacho, Zabarni as our central defense. So great things from them. Then second one from, again, Kit Kyokan, I think. Sorry, I'm going to be butchering. That really wasn't the intention, but yeah. Zabarni and Mbaye really impressed me in the Barcelona game. Barcola with another stinker, the worst player out of the front three. Warren was poor technically, but physically far above Barca midfield. Their pivot was lightweight. All in all, good game. Massive cojones from Lucho to start with the Titis up front. I think, any other coach plays it safe and plays Ramos and Kang. The cameo from Ndjantou was great. Wanted him to start, but Lucho opted for Mbaye, which worked out. 3 points are massive, not just for the club, but for the Titis and the whole academy, showing that if they work hard, they can contribute to this club regardless of age. Yeah, I think there's a couple of things in there which I want to pick up. A lot of things that I completely agree with. I think for the Titis, for the academy, there was I don't know if you guys saw, there was a video that I think PSG put out of the kids in the academy watching the game and going crazy at the goals and so on. For them, what a time to be alive. Seriously, their future is in their hands. They need to work hard, but if they work hard, everything is possible. You can go from playing Atalanta in the youth league to playing Barcelona in the Champions League in Montjuic. So in just a month's time, it's crazy. And I think you gotta give the credit to Lucho, who doesn't hesitate to bring them on. It's his style of coaching. It's what he's been wanting to do in Paris. It's what he's done in Barcelona before. So all the credit to them. And on this game, Mbaye had a very solid game. I think the only thing where I might nuance it a little bit that I think Barcola didn't have his base game. But at the same time, I don't think he had a worse one than Mbaye, for example. I think both of them contributed in terms of percussion, in terms of opening space behind their back line. I think Barcola, if he had scored one of the 2-3 opportunities that he gets, we would have said like fantastic game from him. Ultimately, he doesn't. At the same time, Mbaye, yeah, he like pushed on the defense and he created some stuff, but also like his finishing wasn't great either. So for me, obviously there's higher expectations for Barcola, and I understand that, but I don't think, he turned out a worse performance than this. So this is what I had on Barcelona. Yeah, funny for a couple of funny one on Ramos. Hotly debated topic, and I think before the Barcelona game, really really good one from Flechter. On Ramos, he's a player that is stuck between all types of nine. Can't play as a pivot because he can't take the edge over its defender and can control and pass properly with high pressure. He can't play as a false nine because he doesn't have the technical ability and the mobility to participate in the build-up. And then he can't be a poacher or a goal scorer as he lacks the feeling of where the ball is going to get and more so to anticipate. And he's also not mobile and fast enough to get there in time. And honestly, I think it's hard, but it's pretty fair. I think ultimately, Ramos' style is not very, very defined in terms of the players that he is. In general, we just say he's a more traditional nine. But yeah, in the end, question mark, how do you use him? What is the best way of playing him? He's been the one who's been trying to fit the Luis Enrique version of playing football. But yes, his techniques is questionable. So his mobility, his vision in the build-up. So it's difficult. And then he gets off the bench against Barcelona and gets the opportunity actually in a really very much a poacher's goal. So maybe that's where the opportunity might be. And that second comment really cracked me up. Shimar Mondi again. 3 things are guaranteed in this life: death, taxes, and Gonçalo Ramos scoring off the bench. That one was amazing. Well done. Yeah, completely fair. I wish it scored really starting from the first minute. But if he keeps scoring like this, going off the bench, yeah, happy days. We'll take that, especially in games like Barcelona. Dembele is going to be back soon anyway. Next one, this one was more of a side thing. So I did a video on Liverpool in this week. I've tried doing a couple of videos on other big European clubs and what's going on with them when there's a topic and something to discuss. Both videos did pretty well, and so thanks for that. I'll probably keep doing it once in a while when there's something to talk about. And the comments were really great because I think it's different people commenting, obviously, and the tone was always really nice. And this one really stayed with me. So what's with PSG fans and hating on Ekitike? All the signs are showing that it'll be great for us. Much respect for PSG though after what they did last year. So first thanks so much, Liverpool fan Chico man, I think. That's the way you do it. You come on the channel, you leave a compliment about PSG. We love it. And then on what you're saying about Ekitike, yeah, I mean, it's tough because it's not really hating on Ekitike, but it's just for me, I'm really having a hard time connecting the two versions of Ekitike. The PSG versions that we've seen, which is a player who came in a bit full of himself, thinking he was going to be in the same league as Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, who, from what we heard, didn't really work very hard in training, who didn't have the best attitude with people in the club. And then, when he got opportunities on the pitch, I always remember all of the heel flicks that he would do. He would always try to pass the ball with his heel, thinking he's Neymar or something. And so yeah, in PSG, I'm sorry, I know we weren't the club for him at this time and weren't the right environment for him, and I fully admit that. But at the same time, I think what he did in PSG was also fairly underwhelming. And so it's really hard for me to look at him and think oh yeah, he's a world-class striker now and he's just going to stay at that level. And I think, when you look at the red cards that he got recently for taking off his shirt after a goal and picking up a second yellow card like this, that's exactly the Ekitike that we saw in PSG. A little bit I don't want to be rude or anything, but a little bit silly, not very smart. And then like the game against Galatasaray, I saw him like he gets a great opportunity and he tries to like score it with a heel. I'm like, oh my god, like this is PSG Ekitike all over again. Like what the hell? So not hating because I understand he's improved a lot and he's doing great in Liverpool right now. But yeah, let's see over the long time and if he goes the distance. Cool. And then to finish it up about the game against Lille later on today. First one, and this one I've seen a lot in different videos and formats. But hopefully, Ndjantou and Jangeal feature tomorrow. Want to see more of them. Ekitike, yeah, like. Definitely agree with you. I think Ndjantou in particular is really impressed with the way he came on the pitch against Auxerre and then against Barcelona. Luis Enrique called him out in his press conference, said like he had a great attitude and like he made like a little like joke out of it. Like he said, Luis Enrique said that Luis Enrique was more scared for Ndjantou than Ndjantou himself when he came on the pitch in Barcelona. It was like kind of a sweet little like funny quip, I guess, but it really says a lot because like Luis Enrique doesn't say this thing just to make a joke. It means there's some truth to it, and I think like the mentality of the kid has been very visible and very impressive. So hopefully we see more of him. There's been rumors that he might get a start against Lille. It kind of depends if Vitinha plays or not. I think like you can definitely expect him at this point to come off the bench. I'd be surprised if he didn't. A start, yeah, we'll see. I kind of hope, but at the same time, like Lille is not an easy fixture. And then after the break, we play Strasbourg and then UCL game. And then we're going to have like players coming back from injuries. So I'm not entirely sure whether he'll actually get the chance, but you know, I think like with what he's shown, he's definitely not going back down with the youth squad. He's gonna keep training with the pro, keep being included in the squad, and I hope throughout the season, you know, we keep seeing more and more of him. Jangeal on the other end. I'm not as impressed, if I'm honest. I think he did very well in his very honest time he played against Auxerre. I think he got 10 minutes. He looked not as ready for it as Ndjantou, if I'm candid. He might still get some minutes against Lille because we have a lot of injured, and so like he's going to be on the bench and he might get some playing time. But yeah, I think for him, like, wouldn't be entirely surprised if we see him dropping back to the youth team a little bit and kind of going back and forth. But yeah, he got a taste of what Ligue 1 looks like, a taste of what professional football looks like. So now it's up to him to rise to that level, and if he does, we'll see more and more of him because they definitely have the talent for it. Second comment, which also like really great one, but Lille's defense, which lost Alexandro, who's injured, and then like Diakité and Chevalier, which were sold over the summer, is much weaker, and I think that's entirely right and like great call out. I honestly like. I giggled a little bit because it looks like their right back is going to be either Thomas Meunier or Thiago. What is it like? Forget like the old like Lyon player, like the old Lyon right back, and like both of them are like, been in Ligue 1 for a while. Both of them like really renowned as very like fairly poor defenders, and so I saw that I'm like, wow, my God, that's a really bad choice to have. Hopefully I don't come to regret that, but yeah, definitely. Like I think their defense is not as strong as it used to be. But yeah, it is what it is. But then Igamane up front is very exciting player, and he might be playing. It looks like I heard that Giroud might be on the bench, and Igamane, I think it might be his first start of the season. He showed some good things coming off the bench, and he's been ramping up. So he's going to be a one to keep our eyes on. And yeah, Bouaddi in midfield, man, like. What a talent. Like, yeah, the match against Roma, he played amazing. For me, that's really probably the number one player in Ligue 1 right now that I wish we could recruit. I'll say it. I'll pick Bouaddi over Akliouche any day of the week. I think he's an amazing talent. I think, you know, it fits right in. We could use him as a sub for Vitinha, bring a bit more depth to our midfield, so that when Joao Neves or Warren Zaire-Emery have to drop to cover for Hakimi or something, like we've got a little bit more there. I'd love to see him in PSG. So yeah, one to watch out for as well. And then closing comments from good friend Red Capuno, and like just one of the best fixtures of the season. The Lille game is always a tough draw, and I think we will get the job done. Completely agree with this. It's going to be a good game tonight. Some good football ahead. Hopefully we pick up a win so we can go into the international break worry-free, on top of the table. Shut up Marseille a little bit because they're getting too cocky. And yeah, like we'll see what happens tonight. Anyway, this is what I had for you guys. Thanks so much for watching this. Like I said, like little bit of a different format for this. Trying something new. So let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, don't hesitate to drop your opinions and thoughts, because clearly, like, if we might do this regularly, so you might get a feature or something. And yeah, like as always, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And as always, ici c'est Paris!